Alright. Welcome to another video. Today we are going to have a look at the brand new patch, or well, patch version 2.6.6. We had 2.6 not long ago, and a brand new version is coming out now, 2.66, and it's got a lot of nice stuff in it. We have a brand new lightning immortal, Darius. I think he's going to be quite interesting. We have some some quality of life stuff, a lot of improvements, quite worth. We got Time Rift Breaker, a brand new event which I for one am super hyped for. I think that's gonna be very fun, and we're gonna dive into why. We've also got something that it seems like a lot of players have kind of missed, but there are new fragment chests, artifact fragment chests for unique artifacts for a ton of different immortals, like you can see on screen. And the best thing, they are free to obtain. Anyone can farm them, and they can be grinded pretty quickly. So a lot of artifacts to go around as of 2.66, and also the immediate the smaller patches leading up, because the unique artifact chest for one is live right now, whereas Timebreaker and Darius are coming with the main part of the update. We've also got some of the quality of life stuff out already, some of it coming out soon. And before we jump into Darius and new event, quality of life, and new free-to-play unique artifacts, we are quickly gonna mention Huawei. This is the weekly reminder that you, or you who are spending $10, $20, $100, however much you are spending on Infinity Kingdom, you want to do that efficiently. You want to do that so you get as much value in Infinity Kingdom as you possibly can. That means taking advantage of the best campaigns out there. That is Huawei Spend and Earn campaign, where you get 20% back on purchases by stacking up the flowers you get when you spend and buying the big bundle, big vouchers, big coupon. In addition to that, old players can get a 50% discount if they come back. That's a whole other thing. Links down below. But all in all, it is just the single best campaign out there. How do you do it? You do it by joining the AppGallery app. Install that on your phone or whatever you're using to play Infinity Kingdom. Install Infinity Kingdom via that. Choose the country you want to pay in, and then you just spend with the Spend and Earn campaign. It's great, it's easy, it's simple, and it's the most value you can get. You should also join the Discord. They have a pretty nice Discord with a lot of giveaway events and PO content and just campaigns and all this nice stuff. You can earn some free rewards in there, and it's just a great place to just stay tuned and join some competitions. With that, that's the weekly reminder, and let's get back to Darius. So first up, we're gonna look at Darius. Darius is a brand new lightning immortal. He's a spearman immortal with a frontline attack immortal with a pretty interesting skill. He deals physical damage rate of 108 to begin with, but stacking all the way up to 360% to all enemies. So in an AoE, a full AoE, which is quite a high number. That's up there with the best. But in addition to that, he also has a 9% chance to decrease the enemy's physical damage dealt by 30%. And that trigger chance, the 9% chance, that stacks all the way up to 30%. So a 30% chance to reduce the physical damage dealt by the enemy by 30%. That is very powerful. And what's even more powerful, and probably the single most important thing about this immortal, is the fact that it decreases physical damage dealt by an additional 30% on the first cast of this skill. So while it only lasts for 6 seconds, which is pretty short for this kind of debuff, I think that in this physically dominated meta where a hybrid, well, I'm not gonna say it is king, it certainly has been king and is still pretty very viable. But at least, I mean, most players who are not running a big holy or shadow, well, honestly, a big holy, are running Alexander Marches. If either that's an Earth setup or that's a hybrid setup. And regardless, you rely on the damage dealt by Alex in the first 10-20 seconds of the fight. That's massive. That is a huge deal. And this guy, if he procs his ability on Alex, will reduce Alex's physical damage by 60% for 6 seconds. That's crazy. I think that's also why they made him Spearman, because, well, again, it's a counter to Alex. It is kind of the thing that Lightning has been struggling with forever, 3 years now. It supposedly counters Earth, but not really, because Earth players can build around it and kind of come out on top anyway. But this might be, some Lightning people have begun using, Sid and stuff like that specifically to counter Alexander and hybrid setups. And that's great if you want to counter that, but Sid is useless. He's a paperweight against anything else, which just means that you go through a lot of grind and get his unique artifact, etc. But he's not really any impact the second you're faced with any other setup than what an Earth Alex. So I think this guy can really make up for that, because this will be very useful for many things. So I think that you can really rely on this guy as a replacement for Peter, and sort of filling the same role as Sid would. Or possibly to really hard counter hybrids, run Sid and Darius. But anyway, overall, just a very powerful immortal that I think is going to be quite fun for Lightning players out there, and definitely one that I'd be getting if I would run in Lightning. I think he has more potential than most new coming immortals. As I said, he's Spearman, and where do you get him? Just to round that off, you get him from Conquest. You get him as a reward in Conquest P3 and above. You get him from the ancient relic chests, or the whatever chest you end up getting, if you win or not. So that was Darius. Moving on to the event, we got the Time Rift Breaker event. Now this is unquestionably one of the most anticipated additions with this new version of the game. It promises to be quite the game changer, because it is a sort of a development of the spider boss event that we all love so dearly. It's a silly little event twice a week with the spiders, but damn, we love that thing, and a lot of people go crazy for it. We even got our own Discord cross-server event, just taking advantage of that. And it seems that the devs have noticed and thought they would make it more fun for us. So, I mean, that's awesome. Because with this event, it's going to be a cross-server event, and we're going to have 3 different spiders to kill, spider bosses to kill. We have multiple days each week, and we have attacks every week on these guys with specific vulnerabilities, with limitations on what we can do, etc. And I just think it's gonna be a lot of fun. So looking over what it is actually about, we have these 3 spiders. We got Venom, we got Amplitude, and we got Leech. They all have different elemental weaknesses. So just like Earth is weak to lightning, and water is weak to earth, and fire is weak to water, etc. We have these bosses with multiple weaknesses. So Venom is weak to light, lightning, and fire. So holy, lightning, and fire. Amplitude, water, earth, fire. Leech, Shadow, Wind, Lightning. So we have different alternating weaknesses, which means that we can make different compositions, different setup compositions to combat each of these bosses with an elemental advantage. For the specific logistics of the event, your server must be in Season 2, your castle level must be higher than 15, the battle stages begin every Thursday at reset and continues until reset Sunday night. So, the entire Sunday the event ends last day, and it repeats every week. During these days, you are able to attack these spider bosses, and if defeated, the enemy, the boss, will resurrect after a certain time, and then you can fight them again. But you only have a limited amount of attacks. Each player has 3 challenge attempts every day. That's cool. That's not a lot, but that's cool. We can challenge these bosses 3 times a day. But what is even more interesting and tricky is the fact that immortals deployed in a challenge cannot be used again on the same day. So we got 3 tries, 3 challenges, but we can't use the same immortals more than once. That means you need 3 different boss setups every day. And you need those, think back on the weaknesses, right? You need those to line up with weaknesses. So let's say we are running, Venom, Amplitude, Leech. You could do something like a lightning setup, or well, a fire setup, then an earth setup, and then a lightning setup. That's probably what I would be going for. Just because, Holy usually pretty weak, Shadow not the best. Water can be used as well, pretty good water setups, but I mean that is probably what I'd be going for. Anyway, regardless of the specifics, I haven't made these boss composition set. There are stuff for more videos in there, I'm sure, and I'm looking forward to seeing what some of the mental kids in the Spider Discord event is gonna come up with, because we got some pretty crazy players in there making huge numbers on regular spiders, and I'm pretty excited to see what you guys come up with for this new Time Rift Breaker Spider event. But regardless, you will have to have multiple strong boss setups, and you will have to use 12 immortals. So pretty exciting, pretty cool, and I think it's going to be an outright just awesome new event. Moving on to the third thing, unique artifacts. This is a thing that, like I said in the beginning, something that not every player have probably realized by now. I know that a lot of players in our server took some time to find out that this was actually happening. But because it's not explicitly in the patch notes, if you go over it, with everything that's in there, changes to artifact fragment selection chests, not part of it. But changes there have been, because we have a host of immortals whose unique artifacts are now available in these exclusive artifact fragment selection chests. That's awesome, because these are free to obtain. You do not need to spend a dime to obtain these. You can farm them every 2 days, and you can farm them 5 every 2 days. So I mean, that's pretty quickly, pretty fast. It's not going to take you long to farm out unique artifacts, and the fact that they are free is just amazing for people out there, because I mean at this point you have all the artifacts maxed if you are spending, and I think it's great to allow some free-to-play players to get up there and join in. But how do you get them? Of course, it is the Mysterium, because Mysterium was changed to include unique artifact chests, but they used to only include, Alex, Sid, Saladin, and I believe it was Ramses as well, but not sure on the fourth one. But that is changed now. Now you have a lot of different immortals in there, and that's just awesome. So go on in there, remember to farm that Mysterium, because that is going to be absolutely crazy for your growth and development. You get a ton of gold, get a ton of speed ups, nice chunk of resources, some purple crystals, and now you also get unique artifact fragments. Just amazing. Probably the best reward per minute spent activity in all of Infinity Kingdom at this point. Last up, we got the quality of life improvements. There are 6 of them in the patch notes. You can read the patch notes down in the description, of course. But we have Arena Battle Report Sharing, Mysterium Difficulty Adjustments, King of the Hill Ranking Rewards Adjustment, Battle Damage Numbers Optimization, UI Shift, Gnome Boss Search Rules Optimization, Alliance and Academy Technology Bonus Effective in Checkpoints. That is what's in the patch notes. Let's actually take a look at what that means for you, because with the Arena Battle Report sharing, that is pretty straightforward and just what it sounds like. You can now share arena battles. Why couldn't we before? Nobody knows. It was just something that was skipped in development, because it's a perfectly common normal feature to have. We can share other stuff with each other. Now we can also share arena battles, and that's just great. It is long overdue, but a wonderful improvement nonetheless. Mysterium difficulty adjustment, on the other hand, I'm not sure if it was meant to be in one of these minor patch upgrades that we've gotten recently, or if there is a major one coming up later with some of these as well. If so, I certainly hope that Mysterium difficulty adjustment is just something they are waiting on, because while most servers, most endgame players have no problem farming out Mysterium, that's not the case on early seasons. We unfortunately have seasons, younger seasons, where Mysterium difficulty has been pumped up to heights where even spenders cannot complete the first floor. That's not as it should be, and something I'm sure will be adjusted. Patch notes show that they have the intention of adjusting it, and I hope that they do a proper job of that. For the third one, King of the Hill Rewards Optimization, that means that more Immortals are gonna be in the King of the Hill. We have Trajan, Matilda, Tokugawa, many more coming into King of the Hill, and I think that is what they mean by this optimization thing. Are they looking to change up the point schemes in each of the days? I don't know. They haven't done anything yet. Could be interesting if they do, but what I think they mean is that they are adding more and more Immortals, well in line with the fact that they're also making, unique artifacts more freely available. They're now also making more Immortals freely available. That's great. I think that's a very good choice. We also got battle damage numbers optimization. I'm not going to spend any time on this. I mean, they changed how the numbers look on the screen in a battle report. It doesn't really matter. If you could read it before, you can read it now. It has a different font. Cool. Gnome Boss Search Rules Optimization. Something that all of you have probably tried. No level 18 or 15 or whatever boss is nearby. Please go to another zone. And you're jumping all around Norheim trying to find a boss, and you got 300 people in the server and you all want to farm earth bosses. Well, that sucks, and that is just terrible. What they want to do, as far as I understand it, it's not live yet. What they want to do is make searching for a boss available just like you search for a gnome camp. So, like, you can say, I want to raid 55 camps. I can just do that endlessly. We are gonna be able to just say, find me a lava lurker level 8, level 18, 15, whatever. level you're on, and it's just gonna spawn one in a convenient location where you can kill it. That's great, that's awesome. I know I'm gonna save a lot of time on this, and I'm sure many others are too. Lastly, we have the Alliance and Academy Technology bonus effective in checkpoints. What the heck does that mean? It's pretty simple actually. Alliance and Academy Technology, well, Academy Technology doesn't really count on buildings anyway, but at least the Alliance part of it, that means that the checkpoints in SVS, so in Legion of Frostborn, are now going to be affected by your Alliance technology. It's not really a big deal, but we're gonna see some longer shield times, probably. Something like that. If I'm missing something here, please do let me know, because it feels kind of weird and kind of like a no real change thing. I don't really see how, I don't know, adding a 10 minutes or 20 minutes or however much it is to a shield post siege in SVS is going to change anything in a 45-day long grind of a battleground. But maybe I'm missing something here. Please comment down below if you figured something out that I didn't. That is all for this 2.6.6 video. Overall, an awesome patch, a very good one. There's not a single bad thing in there. There's only positive changes for the game, which is pretty damn rare, I'm not gonna lie. There has been some questionable choices in development. Sometimes good things happen, sometimes not so good things happen. I mean, that's how it is, and that's always dependent on perspective as well. But I, for one, am not always pleased to read these patch notes. But for this one, I was just all out joy, because this is just great. It's great all round. More interesting new stuff and quality of life improvements. Perfect. Keep that going. With that, I'm signing off. I am Myrak from server 105. You can find me there. You can find me on Discord. You can find me on the IK Wiki website. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned and see you on the next one. As always, please do subscribe to the channel. I consistently release new content here on the IK channel and on the official IK Wiki website. Links are in the description. On these channels you can find guides from everything in IK, from events to talents, passives, finished builds and game mechanics. With that, I'm gonna leave you, and as always, thank you for watching and see you for the next one.